So I generally try and keep things pretty lighthearted on my social media. I share a lot of dogs and cats and comic book stuff. I try and make everyone's day just a little bit better by swinging by my social media. That's my goal. But one of the problems with mental illness is sometimes you can sink down to such a low point that cat and dog, not going to do much of it. And sometimes you can sink so low that sometimes it feels like the only option is to take yourself out of the equation. So I'm just going to, this is just a heads up. This is dealing with some pretty heavy stuff, very serious depressive stuff, and about suicide. So if that makes you uncomfortable or you're not in a good space where that really wouldn't be healthy for you to listen to today, consider watching something else. But if you're ready, here we go. It was just before the state thespian conference. I performed at this, which freshmen didn't usually perform, but I wanted to. And when I performed, I wound up winning the Critics' Choice Award. And I got to perform on stage in front of thousands of people.
He gave me strength to journey on. Who am I? Who am I? I'm Jean Valjean.
The day I performed would have been the day I was buried. When I was 14, I attempted to take my own life. I took sleeping pills, and I was hoping that I would just fall asleep and never wake up, and that would be the solution to all of my problems. Instead, I wound up traumatized and in the hospital, and I had to get my stomach pumped by drinking a liter of charcoal. I distinctly remember before going to the hospital, there was a moment where I was walking down the hall, and my legs came out from under me. And a part of my brain that was alive was thinking, your body is shutting down, your legs can no longer support your weight, you are going to die. And I began panicking and sobbing and just terrified. Please, please don't let me die. I was saying to my parents, I was praying to God, I was a wreck. And eventually I was saved.
Let him be. Let him live.
Instead of being put in the ground, I was performing in front of the largest audience I'd ever performed in front of, singing my heart out, and never having felt better in my entire life. The point that I want to make with this story, ultimately, is suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Suicide can fix every problem, every single problem in the entire world. Once. And then you lose everything else. You lose absolutely everything else. The sky, the sun, holding another person's hand, seeing a dog, seeing a cat, reading the next story, watching the next game. It's all gone. Because there is good. There is goodness in the world, and there is goodness in all of us, including you, the person watching this. Be proud of that goodness, and it doesn't matter if it's a small kernel or a burning fire of just kindness radiating out of you, but it's there. And if you kill yourself, if you take your own light, you are snuffing out that goodness for the rest of time. Suicide doesn't end pain. Suicide pushes pain onto someone else. It pushes that pain onto your partner, onto your siblings, onto your parents, your favorite teacher, your friends at school, your pets. It doesn't stop pain. It transfers pain. When I was at my lowest, I was ready to off myself, extinguish that light. And I didn't. And the best thing that could have happened to me a few days later.
Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home.
Friends, my friends, it does get better. It does get better. So you, beautiful warrior, living this conflict of mental illness that no one with a chemically balanced brain will ever understand, you are a beautiful soul. Please keep fighting because the world will be lesser for your passing. Please stick around. Someday there will be happiness again. And it might be tomorrow. But you're only going to figure that out if you see it. Thank you for watching. Be well, my friends.